This is a new form of lessons. I'm trying this to see if this might be a better way for you. I hope to make it easy for you to be able to take these lessons and to eliminate any possible confusion. So just let me know if you like this form or if you have any suggestions of how you want to receive the lessons. Just let me know. Send me either by email or whatever form you want to inform me. Thank you.
A 10-year-old boy confessed to his parents that he was playing with matches on a windy day in October in Southern California. The Santa Ana winds were howling that day, and his carelessness resulted in the witch fire. That fire destroyed 18,000 acres of woodland and 12 homes. The total damage and the cost of firefighting efforts were estimated at $25 million. Ironically, his parents' house was untouched by the fire. The authorities did not immediately announce what they would do to the boy or his parents. An official in the district attorney's office said that, probably, no criminal charges would be filed, but the parents would still be liable for civil charges. That is, victims could sue for their losses and rebuilding costs. Suing the middle-class family for millions would be the easy part, though. Collecting the millions would be unlikely. Homeowners disagreed on what should be done. "I don't know have a house anymore," said John Ritter. "It will take at least 2 years to build a new house. And my insurance is only going to pay about half the cost of the new house. Ordinarily, I would say that the boy and his parents ought to be put in jail for at least 10 years. But because their house didn't burn down, I think the law should just allow me to trade property with them. They can have my burned-down house, and I can move into their house. That's fair enough for me. We all make mistakes, especially when we're young," said Michael Richards, another homeowner whose house burned down. "I remember setting my sister on fire when I was about 10. I didn't mean to do it, of course. And she jumped into the lake, so she was okay, but it could have been a terrible accident. I think the poor boy has learned a valuable lesson. People should forgive, rebuild, and get on with their lives." A 10-year-old boy confessed to his parents that he was playing with matches on a windy day in October in Southern California. The Santa Ana winds were howling that day, and his carelessness resulted in the witch fire. That fire destroyed 18,000 acres of woodland and 12 homes. The total damage and the cost of firefighting efforts were estimated at $25 million. Ironically, his parents' house was untouched by the fire. The authorities did not immediately announce what they would do to the boy or his parents. An official in the district attorney's office said that, probably, no criminal charges would be filed, but the parents would still be liable for civil charges. That is, victims could sue for their losses and rebuilding costs. Suing the middle-class family for millions would be the easy part, though. Collecting the millions would be unlikely. Homeowners disagreed on what should be done. "I don't know have a house anymore," said John Ritter. "It will take at least 2 years to build a new house. And my insurance is only going to pay about half the cost of the new house. Ordinarily, I would say that the boy and his parents ought to be put in jail for at least 10 years. But because their house didn't burn down, I think the law should just allow me to trade property with them. They can have my burned-down house, and I can move into their house. That's fair enough for me. We all make mistakes, especially when we're young," said Michael Richards, another homeowner whose house burned down. "I remember setting my sister on fire when I was about 10. I didn't mean to do it, of course. And she jumped into the lake, so she was okay, but it could have been a terrible accident. I think the poor boy has learned a valuable lesson. People should forgive, rebuild, and get on with their lives."
The verb do is used to make the present tense. It's used as a helping verb. Helping verbs help make negatives and questions. I do. You do. For a man, he does. For a woman, she does. For one thing, it does. Only he, she, and it use the word does. In the plural, we do. I and you together, we do. The plural of you is you do, and the plural for he, she, and it is they do. To make a negative, use do and not. I do not, or you can say I don't. You do not, or you can say you don't. He does not, or he doesn't. She does not, or she doesn't. It does not, or it doesn't. We do not, or we don't. You do not, or you don't. They do not, or they don't. I don't go to school on Sunday. The main verb is go. This is the helping verb, and this is the main verb. I don't go to school on Sunday. You don't go to school on Sunday. He doesn't go to school on Sunday. She doesn't. It doesn't. We don't. You don't. They don't. Go to school on Sunday. To make a question, the helping verb, if it's a yes-no question, will go first. Do you go to do you go to school? If the subject is he, I would say, does he go to school? Does she go to school? Probably would not use it in that kind of a question. Do we go to school? Do you go to school? Do they go to school? Again, do, in this case, is the helping verb, and it's making a question in those examples.
A statement. I wear glasses. These are glasses. Negative. I don't see well without my glasses. Question, do you wear glasses? Statement, you speak French. Negative, you don't speak French. You don't speak Chinese. Question, do you speak Vietnamese? Statement, he works on a computer at work. A computer. Negative, he doesn't work outside. Question, does he like his job? Statement, she rides a bike to work. Negative, she doesn't have a car. Question, does she wear a helmet? This is a helmet. This is a bicycle. Answer, yes, she does. Notice the answer to the question was do. Statement, it looks ripe to me. Ripe means it's ready to eat. Negative, it doesn't grow in the winter in Minnesota. Minnesota is a state in the United States. Question, does it grow in the spring? The spring is the first season just before summer. Answer, yes it does. This is a strawberry. Statement, we live in Minnesota. Negative, we don't live in Canada. Question, do we like Minnesota? Yes, we do. Or, yes, we like Minnesota. Statement, you play football. These people are in football uniforms. They play the game of football, which is popular in the United States. Negative, you don't play tennis. Question, do you play football all year long? Answer, no, we don't play in the fall. No, we don't. We play in the fall. And notice it's you. It's a plural form of you. Statement, they walk their dogs every day. These are dogs. Negative, they don't take their cars for a walk. Question, do they walk their dogs on a leash? A leash is this here tied to the dog to keep the dog from running away. The verb do is a very important verb. We use it to make the present tense negative, and for asking questions. Examples, I do many things on the weekend. Present tense, do is the main verb. He doesn't like to go to the store. Present tense negative, like is the main verb. Do you want to see a movie? As present tense question. Want is the main verb. Do is often used as a main verb, but only for particular activities such as housework, cleaning, studying, research, and shopping. Example, I do the dishes every night. Do equals wash. She does her grocery shopping at club. Do equals go or finish. They do their homework as at the library. do equals complete. The past tense form of do is did. Examples: I did the dishes last night. She did the grocery shopping at club. Do is also used for creating emphasis. Example: you don't like this very much. No, I don't like it. I do like it. This is a quiz on using the helping verb do in the present tense. Now, it would be a good idea for you to take this exam, this test, to make sure that you understand how to use do. You can stop this video on a separate sheet of paper. You can put down the answers. I will show you the answers later. These are the answers to this quiz, number 1 on the verb do. You can stop this video and check your answers.
Today we're going to practice 2 daily conversations to help you improve your fluency. Hello and welcome everyone, this is Minu at AngloLink. As we often use phrasal verbs in our daily conversations, I have included quite a few of these verbs for you in these 2 dialogues. Just to remind you, a phrasal verb is a verb that consists of 2 parts. The first part is always a short verb like give, go, come, get, etc. And the second part is a preposition like in, on, up, down, etc. Now, each phrasal verb usually has a non-phrasal synonym. For example, you can give up smoking or you can quit smoking. You can fill in a form or you can complete a form. So really, in terms of speaking, you don't need phrasal verbs to express yourself. However, as native speakers use them quite a lot in their daily conversations, you need to be familiar with them. Now, the best way to learn these phrasal verbs is in context, in dialogues, in conversation. Please don't waste your time memorizing phrasal verbs from a list. Now, in the 2 dialogues that we are going to practice, I have constructed each sentence first without a phrasal verb and then with a phrasal verb. And I'd like you to listen to and repeat both versions carefully several times until you have got a really good grasp of the meaning and the way we use these verbs. So, when you're ready, we can begin. Phrasal verbs in daily dialogues. Before we practice the dialogues, there are a few points I'd like to mention to you about phrasal verbs. First of all, some phrasal verbs have 2 different meanings. For example, take up means begin a new activity. For example, I took up horse riding last year. But it also means accept an offer or invitation. For example, she took up the job offer. Let's look at another phrasal verb with 2 meanings. Turn down. One meaning is reduce volume. Please turn down the radio. Another meaning is reject. She turned down our invitation. And one more example is turn up. One meaning is increase volume. Please turn up the radio. And the second meaning is appear. He turned up at the party without invitation. The second point about phrasal verbs is that most phrasal verbs that take an object can be separated by the object. For example, you should give up this job. Or, you should give this job up. Another example, let's pick up the boxes. Or, let's pick the boxes up. If you replace the object by a pronoun, you must put the pronoun between the two parts. Should I give up this job? Yes, you should give it up. Not give up it. Shall we pick up the children? Yes, let's pick them up. Not pick up them. The third point I'd like to mention about phrasal verbs is that there are a few phrasal verbs that cannot be separated by the object. One example is come across. For example, I came across the book by chance. You cannot say, I came the book across by chance. Even if you use a pronoun, you must not separate the two parts. I came across it by chance. Not, I came it across by chance. And of course, there's nothing to worry about when the verb is intransitive, which means it doesn't take an object. My TV has broken down. I stayed up all night. And the final point about phrasal verbs is that a few phrasal verbs take a second preposition. For example, I am behind with my emails. I must catch up on them. Or another example, we want to compensate for this mistake. How can we make up for it? And the third example, this noise is intolerable. I cannot put up with it. Right then, it's time to practice our dialogues. Listen and repeat these dialogues after me. Repeat both the sentence without the phrasal verb and the sentence with the phrasal verb. Dialogue 1. Could you increase the volume of the television, please? Could you turn up the television, please? Okay. Is it loud enough? No, that's too loud. Please decrease its volume. Please turn it down. Will you make a decision? Do you want it loud or quiet? Will you make up your mind? Do you want it loud or quiet? What's the matter with you? Why are you so stressed? Why are you so wound up? I'm sorry, I'm tired. I didn't go to bed last night. I stayed up last night. Why did you stay up? I had to do my unfinished work. I had to catch up on my work. I thought you'd quit your job. I thought you'd given up your job. Yes, I have. This is just a temporary job I've accepted. This is just a temporary job I've taken up. What can we do to reduce your stress? What can we do to calm you down? I think I need some fresh air. Do you feel like a short walk? Are you up for a short walk? Sure, and we can buy something for dinner on the way back. Sure, and we can pick up something for dinner on the way back. Dialogue 2. I don't know why Joe hasn't arrived yet. I don't know why Joe hasn't turned up yet. I hope his car hasn't stopped working. I hope his car hasn't broken down. Joe is not coming. He refused my invitation. He turned down my invitation. Really? That's not like Joe. I know. He said his new job was occupying all his time. He said his new job was taking up all his time. You seem a bit disappointed. You seem a bit let down. Yes, I am. I think he was fabricating an excuse. I think he was making up an excuse. I doubt that. I'm sure he will compensate for it somehow. I'm sure he will make up for it somehow. I hope so. Would you like a cigarette? No, thanks. I'm reducing the number of cigarettes I smoke. I'm cutting down on cigarettes. I'm not in the mood anymore. Let's end this party. Let's wind down this party. Oh, come on, it's your birthday party. Please make yourself happy now. Please cheer up now. Right, that's the end of the dialogues. Let's now finish with a gap-filling exercise so you can see how many of these verbs you can remember. Number 1. Is she still angry? No, she has now. She has calmed down now. Number 2. Smoking 2 years ago. I haven't touched a cigarette since then. I gave up smoking 2 years ago. Number 3. I'm really behind with my studies. I must on them. I must catch up on them. Number 4. He drinks too much. He should really on alcohol. He should really cut down on alcohol. Number 5. The hotel was terrible. We were really by it. We were really let down by it. Number 6. Has he your offer? Yes, he has accepted it. Has he taken up your offer? Number 7. Could you the music? It's too loud. Could you turn down the music? Number 8. Don't be upset. Try and cheer up. Number 9. That was a very bad mistake. I don't know how to for it. I don't know how to make up for it. Number 10. More than 500 people to watch the show last night. More than 500 people turned up to watch the show last night. Right, that's the end of this lesson. I hope you enjoyed it. As you know, you can now go to our website, anglolink.com, for more explanations and exercises. Thank you for watching. I look forward to seeing you in our next video. Bye now.
In this American English pronunciation video, I'm going to complain about how hot it is in New York. Summer in New York is great for things like grilling, but it's also known for being hot, hot, hot. Sometimes entirely too hot. We've had lots of days this month, July, that were very hot, over 90. Not surprising. So I'm going to teach you some idioms and some creative ways to say, it's really hot. Hot as Hades, or hot as hell. Now be careful when using hell. It is a mild cuss word, but it is considered a cuss word, so you don't want to say it in front of people that might be offended. The T in hot comes between two vowels here when we connect it to the next word. So that's going to be a flap T. Hot as. Hot as. You'll notice I'm not saying as. I'm reducing the a vowel to the schwa. Does, hot as. Hot as. Hades begins with the H consonant, has the A as in say diphthong, hey, hey. Then the D consonant, E vowel, Z sound. Hades. Hades. Stress on the first syllable, so that should have more shape, whereas D's should be flatter and lower in pitch. Hot as Hades. Or hot as hell. Hell with the H consonant, the E vowel, and the dark L. Hell, hell. Now, being a stressed word, this syllable should have some shape. Hell, hell, hell. Hot as hell. One phrase my mom likes to use is hotter than blazes. Hotter than blazes. So the word than here is being reduced just to the end consonant sound. Hottern, hottern, hottern. Now the T in hot turned into a flap T or a D sound because it's coming between two vowels. Hotter, hottern, hottern, hottern blazes. Blazes with the BL consonant cluster, the A as in say diphthong, and then Z, I, Z, ziz, ziz, ziz. Hottern blazes. You can also say it's a scorcher. Scorcher with the SK consonant cluster, sk, sk. The aw as in law vowel followed by the R consonant, score, score, and the second unstressed syllable, the ch, ch sound, schwa, R sound, chir, chir, chir. Scorcher. You can also say it's so hot you could fry an egg on the sidewalk. Should I try it? I don't think I will. It just seems like it might be kind of messy. There are also words you can use to show quantity. It's not just hot, it's really hot. Or you could say it's ridiculously hot. Or it's super hot. Or in Boston, New England, you might hear it's wicked hot. So when it's the middle of July and the end of summer seems very far away, and you're already tired of the heat, you're lucky that you have these phrases that you can use that are much more colorful than simply, it's hot, to express your frustration. It's hot as hell. It's hotter than blazes. That's it, and thanks so much for using Rachel's English.